Welcome, friends.
Hello.
Today we're gonna talk about why it's important to not seek people's approval. Instead, we seek our own happiness. How many of you have struggled with seeking validation from others? I know we have struggled many times in the past.
Yes.
Especially during our 20s and still early 30s. Now we are in our early 40s. And that is something that we have struggled quite a bit in the past. You feel like you need validation from others, like either in the workplace, right?
Yes.
Like, oh, you did a great job, you're doing amazing. But if someone turns around and says, oh, you know what? That project wasn't that great, you slowly start to decrease. And what happens? Your self-esteem takes a hit.
Yes.
And the next time that comes around, when it's time for you to do another project or something, you don't have the same confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because that other person didn't give you a good feedback or they didn't validate you at that time.
Yes. I think it's really important to not seek others' approval, because relying on external validation can significantly damage our self-esteem. It limits our decisions sometimes that we make each day.
And leads to sense of insecurity, right?
Yes.
So when you don't receive the validation that you deserve or that you think that you deserve at that given time, ultimately hindering your personal growth and happiness by putting your self-worth in the hands of others.
Yes.
So we cannot do that, friends. We have struggled with that because we have to take control of our own lives. We have to take control and know that we know our self-worth. We know how hard we have worked to get to a certain area in our lives, whether it's in the workplace or you're in a relationship, for example. Even though we are married, we cannot give that much power to our significant other, because yes, we are a couple, but we are also individuals at the same time. So we cannot be giving the other person so much power over us, where at that point, if they don't validate you, then you don't feel like you are worth anything.
Seeking validation from others can also affect your personal growth in life. Why? Because sometimes we have goals that many people don't have, and because they don't have either goals or they don't have a vision in life, sometimes when they see a competitor or they see someone trying to grow, of course they're going to stop that person. And when they do that, our self-esteem goes down to the ground.
Some key reasons why we don't seek others' approval are: it can produce low self-esteem. When you constantly seek approval from others, you lack of self-worth, meaning you rely on others to tell you you're good enough or you're not good enough, and that can damage your self-image. Another key reason for us would be unfulfilling choices. Sometimes you end up making other choices that you didn't want to begin with, but you are making that choice to please others because you're pretty much becoming a people pleaser. That's what we were becoming in the past. We were becoming people pleasers, and we wanted to please everyone around us, and we will leave our happiness aside.
And you used to tell me all the time, right? Because I used to always say yes, even when I didn't have any room in my schedule.
Yeah.
To
fit it in.
To fit it in. I used to be like, okay, and then just to please, or sometimes because I felt bad. And then you used to tell me, right? Don't do that.
No, it's okay to say no. We cannot always say yes. I mean, it's not like we're doing it in a bad way to make any conflict with anyone, but sometimes we just can't say yes to everything. We cannot be pleasing everyone.
Yes.
At the end of the day, we have to think about what's best for us, because the other person that might be asking you something, they're just thinking about themselves. in all honesty. We have lived that where they are pretty much being selfish, and that is something that is normal of all human beings, right? We are all pretty selfish. But once we learn that it's okay to say no, then we start prioritizing what's important for us. We start prioritizing our happiness, and that is what's important because, we only live once, friends, and it is important to do what we enjoy to do, despite what people might think about it.
Yes.
Whether they like it or not. If it makes you happy, do it.
You start losing your character too. Why? Because you start being somebody that you're not, just to please others.
Yes, you start losing your authenticity, and that is what characterizes us individually, right? It's important to have in mind when you allow other people to take control in your life. I've learned that seeking approval can lead to pleasing tendencies, where you sacrifice your own needs and desires to please others, which can be emotionally draining. I do remember that I had a family member, let's put it that way. They always asked me for something, and I always would put everything aside to please them. And it got to the point where I was like, even if they are family, we need to cross a line and be like, no, I can't do that. I can't. It was draining me mentally to the point where it was causing me anxiety and insecurity. And the constant need for validation is just not healthy, especially when you don't receive positive feedback from the other person. It just starts creating insecurity, anxiety, and once you start developing that, unfortunately, it's a process for you to be able to overcome it.
And that's another point, another
key reason.
Anxiety and insecurity, you have the pressure that you have to be there for that person because you already say yes. There was a problem there.
Yes, and it got to the point where we just needed to say no. Again, you have to seek your own happiness.
Yeah.
You need to focus on yourself. Another key reason it can limit your personal growth. When you rely on external validation, you might not challenge yourself to grow and develop your own sense of self. It limits your abilities to grow and reach your goals, right?
It does.
Yes, it definitely does. Instead of seeking external validation, focus on building self-awareness.
Yeah.
For us, that has worked. We understand our own strengths, values, and beliefs. And by doing that, it helps us know other people or might be saying about us is necessarily true. Because we know who we are, we know our worth, and we know what we are capable of doing, whether we count with their approval or not.
It's like when we opened the channel. A lot of people were, don't open a channel, you're 40.
Yeah. When we decided to create this channel.
Yes. I'll leave that to the young kids.
Yeah.
If we would have believed them, we would have never opened this.
Right now.
Yeah. And that would have just
shattered our dreams of having a YouTube channel and helping others through our own experience. Yes. And they continue to say, oh, you guys are late bloomers. Yes, we might be late bloomers, but we feel that it's never too late to start something that you want to do. It's never too late to start believing in yourself. It's never too late to, if you want to do something good and you want to spread it with the world, it's never too late to do it. And that is one of the reasons why we decided to open this channel, to reach others and let them know that it's okay to screw up in life. It's okay to have struggles, but that it's also important to try to redeem your way and try to redirect your mind so that you can have a more positive life.
Yeah.
Right?
Because when they told me that, I started to feel old, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I started to feel old.
Are they right?
Yeah. You start thinking, is this person right?
Yeah.
Should I just forget about it?
Yeah. It kind of tries to plant a little seed in there in your mind. And if we let that little seed grow, then that's when it starts messing with your confidence, and it starts not allowing your mind to know what you are capable of doing because you're taking negative advice from someone else.
Yes. So that's why we started to avoid validation from others or approval. We do what we need to do, and sometimes it's even best if we don't even tell anyone,
Yes.
just to avoid that. So might as well just plan it and do it yourself.
Yes. Yes. It's important to know that in this point of our lives, we are not seeking anyone's validation. We're not seeking anyone's approval. We are here to be happy. We are here to live our life and do whatever makes us happy at the end of the day. Hey, it might not be a good choice, or it might be a great choice of whatever we're thinking about doing, but at least we're trying it.
Yes.
If it doesn't come out with the outcome that we anticipate, that's okay. But at least doing whatever we wanted to do is giving us joy and happiness, and it's not going to stuck us somewhere that we're not gonna pursue that dream, or we're not gonna pursue that goal or that challenge because we didn't gain approval from others.
Yes.
At the end of the day, we feel like it's important to focus on us. We continue to say it throughout this video, but it's important for you to focus on yourself, whether you're married, you're single. What makes you, your partner, if you're married, or your family, if you have children, happy. And at the end of the day, that's gonna be much more important and much more fulfilling for your life than paying attention what others have to say about you. We really do hope you friends have enjoyed this talk with us, but remember, you always have to accept who you are. We accept who we are, and
Yes.
have peace of mind that to seek your own happiness, it's important to accept who you are. Don't lose your authenticity for anyone. Be unique, be yourself. Know that you are wonderfully made. If God made you that way, it was for a reason. He has great and better plans for your life. And remember, what God thinks about you is what's really important than what others think about you. So seeking validation is not worth it. Seek validation from God. That is our creator. So He's merciful and He loves us the way we are.
And love yourself. Love who you are. Going back to who we are, right? We are unique. Even
Accepting our flaws, accepting, our mistakes. It's who we are. It's who we are.
And we learn by experiences too. So follow your heart, follow your dreams. Remember that. Love yourself.
Love
You
yourself.
are
Perfectly made.
Yes.
Friends, we hope that through our experience, you have learned something valuable for your life. If this video has added any value to you, please subscribe to our channel and share this video with someone else who might need to hear it. We are on our road to reaching 1,000 subscribers, friends. We will appreciate your help if you can help us reach the goal here on our channel.
Yes. Thank you so much for listening to our experience and our story. And we hope that you choose the right path and
you start loving yourself and seeking your own happiness over everything else.
yes.
We will see you guys on our next video.
Bye.